Tim again, and I'm here on the show floor of EGX 2014, and I've cornered Bethany, who's, what's your official title at Team17?
Senior PR Executive.
Senior PR Executive. Now that's quite a mouthful. But what does that actually entail on your day-to-day job sort of thing?
So today I'm looking after everything behind us here. So I'm looking after, we've got 6 different indie developers with us, and one of our own games as well. So we've got 7 titles I'm looking after. I do all the PR for them, get them interviews, look after them, do review codes.
Okay, now I've cornered a few of these indie developers that you've taken under your wing, and I don't believe they can be as happy as they're telling me they are. I think you've obviously got them, like you've kidnapped some family members somewhere, and that you're saying, well, you have to say that being with Team17 is the best thing ever, otherwise we're going to kill all your family, basically. I'm assuming that's what it is, because no one can be as nice as they are about you unless you're doing something really, really right. I'm not sure.
Let's go with this, we're doing something right, or I owe him a tenner.
One of the two. But I mean, if you can just explain, what is the actual, how does it actually work, and how are you kind of vetting the games that are coming in, or are people submitting things to you and then you're kind of giving them your approval, or how does the system work?
So we've got a mixture. So we announced our return to like indie publishing back in November 2013. Since then we signed up 9 different titles, and it's been a mixture of ones that we've really seen ourselves and liked an approach. So for example, we've got one called Shelter, which is coming out next year. We saw that on Kickstarter, and within 48 hours of our managing director seeing it and contacting them and reaching out to them, the contract was signed. And that kind of shows trust on both sides, because you know, we really like the game, they really like the idea of working with us as well. And then we also get a lot of submissions through, so we've got like thousands of games submitted through to us, and we have like a review panel. So we have a group of us who will sit down and take a look at them.
Now that's a fun job.
Yeah, playing a lot of games. So yeah, it's all about what we think will fit with our audience, what we think we can add value to, and helping them along the way.
Okay. And one of the sort of consensus of one of the things that pretty much everyone said to me is you're basically empowering a game developer to spend more time doing what is their natural forte, they're developing games, and that seems to be something that makes them very happy.
Yeah, exactly. Like sometimes we like the PR side or whatever, like, you know, some people are really good at self-PR and some people aren't, and even if you are really good at it, it takes up a lot of your time, so we get to take a lot of stuff off them that they, you know, it just allows them to focus on getting the games finished, making the best possible game that they can do, and it's not just the PR, we've got like a dev studio as well, so we can help them out with QA, we can do usability testing, we can help them out with the design work, production work, artwork, audio, we can do everything.
And yeah, some of the guys, I think the Overclock guys were saying that you will tell them when something's wrong, but you won't kind of enforce your opinion on them so much, and it's something where, yeah, you're literally giving a helping hand, but not really restricting their creativity, basically.
Yeah, everything is, we don't know any of all the types, we don't know any of the IPs that are here, so it's all their own stuff at the end of the day still.
And that's a good point, they still retain their IP rights, which wouldn't necessarily happen in these sorts of circumstances.
Yeah, so like, you know, we've been going since 1990, so, you know, we've made a few mistakes in our time, and hopefully we can give them advice, and that's all it is at the end of the day, like, you know, here's what we think would work, and if they want to take that on board, they can do, and if they don't, you know, it's fine, it's their baby at the end of the day, so.
So I think the kind of the history and the foundation and the way the company has kind of grown as a company has helped you be in the position that makes you very helpful to be in the position of helping other people to get their games out.
Yeah, definitely, like we've gone through a lot of things ourselves, and we've kind of got that experience there, both in how long the company's been going, but how long people have been in the roles of what they're doing in their own jobs and everything, so there's a lot of kind of knowledge in Team17.
I don't know if this is a backhanded compliment, but earlier I described you as almost one of the, sort of an indie game developer before indie game development existed, kind of thing. Is that
I guess that kind of makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, because, I don't know, Worms felt like a game that was kind of small and a self-contained idea, but yet obviously grew to a massive thing that's kind of, you know, a worldwide phenomenon, has spawned a massive sequel of games. I'm a massive fan of Worms myself and stuff, but I mean, obviously that's something where, as you said, you've learned from those mistakes, and the mistakes mistakes you've made with that, and that's then information and sort of things that you can then, you know, use your experience to make life easier for other people.
Yeah, you know, we've been going for so long, like we've got games on every single platform, so we know how to do things on different platforms and the rules and regulations and how to get games onto those kind of, we know how to open the doors and the best way to go about things. So we've had experience with all kind of different platforms and stuff, so.
Okay. And is it something like when you are sort of looking for a game or looking for other games, are you deliberately trying to diversify, or are you mainly looking for things that fit in with the Team 17 kind of ethos and the way you like to do things?
They've all been really kind of like, none of the games are the same, they're all so different. It's looking for stuff that kind of fits in with what we're doing, like Touchwood, we probably wouldn't do any kind of like really serious games. It's got to be something like, I don't know. We've really started Beyond Dice, which is absolutely
Well, I was about
beautiful.
to say, that's the one that you got here today. That's a bit different. That's a bit more sort of arty, I would say, than some of your other games. Some of the other games you've had so far, the one common theme between them, I would say, is they've got a cartoony style and they tend to be a fun kind of thing in nature. I think that's kind of a unifying thing, which does seem very Team 17 to me. But can you just talk about Beyond Dice? I haven't had a chance to play it myself, but it looks very interesting.
So you play as a blind girl called Ray, who lost her eyesight in a fireworks accident when she was young. So she kind of become a bit reclusive. She generally doesn't go outside, but she's lost her kind of cat. So she goes outside to search for it, and the world's kind of like white, and she's exploring through sounds she hears and through smells, and that kind of, as she's exploring and investigating these things, it is painting the world into colour so that we can kind of see visualise what she's actually seeing.
Is it a bit? It sounds a little bit like The Unfinished Swan. Is that fair? Kind of a comparison?
A few comparisons have been made towards it. I've personally not played it, but I've seen it, so I can get where people are coming from with it. But it's,
I think it's the white world and painting it in kind of thing. You know?
But it's very kind of like, there's a lot of kind of decisions that you have to make with what you're doing to Ray and how you're moving around. Like there's a part in the demo where you get towards a road, and it's learning how to cross that road without necessarily knowing what's there. Like, you know, do you try and go straight through it and put her into danger? And which point you become really uncomfortable. So how you react with her affects her relationship towards you as well, and she'll become a bit like nervous, or if you find the right way around it, then she'll be a lot calmer, obviously. So
cool. And also, can we? I like all the indie stuff, that's all great and everything, but let's talk about kind of some of my passions. Team 17 games. Okay. One of the things you're showing, which I still haven't had a chance to play myself too much, I sort of saw it at Res and played a bit there, but Flockers is one that you've released recently. Is that coming to console soon, is that right?
So it came out on Friday, just gone, the 19th. It came out onto PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC, Mac and Linux.
Oh, okay, well I'm going to jump on the console version of that, because that looks like fun. It's basically not quite a sheep murder sim, basically, I don't think. But it's the sheep from the Worms games in the factory where they're being kind of processed to make weapons, and they're trying to escape from that factory, which I kind of like the fact that you spun something out from the Worms universe. That's good.
Yeah, definitely. There's kind of like loads of subtle references in the background to the kind of the Worms references. And there's some boss levels as well where you might see a sneaky invertebrate popping up again.
And it's a Worms celebration year next year, isn't it? Is it 20th? 20? How many? Is it 20?
1995, no. So
oh yeah, so let's do some maths. 20 years. So it's the 20th celebration year. So is there anything special planned for Worms in the pipeline?
Who knows? Who knows? We're kind of concentrating on Flockers and helping out with a lot of our devs and stuff like that as well. So we've got loads of different things going on. Okay.
Well, I look forward to some wormy announcements in the future anyway, so hopefully we can see some of that. But yeah, thank you very much for your time today. Very interesting to see how the whole kind of indie game thing's developing for you. But I assume that's something that's going well for you. You seem to be adding more games to that, so that's something you'll be continuing to sort of add and grow more in the future, basically, yeah? Okay. Cool. Well, you're an indie gamer out there with a really good game that Team 17 will like. We'll encourage you to come and submit it to you and get it on there. So all good. Thank you very much for your time today. Very good. Thank you.